And welcome back to Lantern Corps video today, on Tuesday. This one comes to us from, this is the one name I might get right, Anti-Ulrich_48, I think? Parker Smith and Wade Wilson, who all asked the question, and I'm surprised more people didn't give me this suggestion, what is Victor Von Doom's not Pokemon team, sorry, Lantern Corps? God, Week of What If, I always get Week of What If and Who Will Win, there's so many videos to do in those weeks, it always jumbles me. But yeah, what is the Lantern Corps, in my opinion, of Victor Von Doom? So let's get a couple right out of the way. He is not a gold lantern, which is a Lantern Corps happiness, because you have to be happy throughout your entire life. I've only known happiness, which would mean there's very few lanterns that are gold out there. And is not a shame lantern. He feels no shame in what he does whatsoever. And let's get two more out of the way right now. He's not a white lantern of life. While he has a lot of energy to him, he's very, powerful and can even bring the dead back in certain circumstances. This man has taken a lot of lives and has done a lot of effed up crap. He is not a white lantern. But he's also not a black lantern. To the best of my knowledge, Dr. Doom has done, I'm going to check that right now, because maybe I could include it in there. Has Dr. Doom died? Because I know there have been comics where he, has Dr. Doom been killed? There we go. Dr. Doom haunts the Reader. It got so bad that Reed decided to go, he was going to do the impossible set to live area to finally take Dr. Doom out once and for all. Reed then kills Victor Von Doom and sends him to hell. So, okay, Doom has been killed before. But, that's few and far between. Just because you have died doesn't mean you will be a Black Lantern. It just means you could be. So, admittedly, I didn't put it on the list here, but he can be a Black Lantern, technically. I doubt he would take that. Black Lantern rings really aren't the strongest of Lantern rings. They work better. They're like the White Lantern ring. They need to have a charge. But either way. So, going into ones he can be a Lantern, I think, for. Green is an obvious one. Oh, no, and I disappeared. There I am. Green is an obvious one. I mean, one of the defining traits of Doom is the level of willpower this guy has. He has so much willpower. He has been able to survive near-death experiences, being thrown to the end of, the beginning of history for, when magic first started, with his blood turned to acid, his, lungs glass, his face burning, all that from the Marquis of Death. Overcame the Purple Man's mind control abilities. It's kill yourself. Why isn't it working? Because Doom is Doom. That's just a great line. Because Doom is Doom. The man's willpower is off the charts. I mean, it takes serious willpower to really do what he's done. Build an empire, rule a country, and continually try to take over the world. Because he feels it's what's best for humanity. And he's obviously overcome great fear, having to go to hell to get his mother back. Now, with that said, at one point in time, he could have probably been a love lantern, because his motivation to bring his mother back was very strong. In recent continuity and stuff, that does not work. He's not a love lantern at all. But a fear lantern is very much up his alley. Dr. Doom is a supremely feared individual in the Marvel Universe. He's one of the big bads of the Marvel, not just Earth, but universe. And he's not invincible. He's been beaten plenty of times, but still, this is not a guy you F with. And it's fear shows, because even though he's a benevolent ruler, people do fear his ass. Normal people are afraid of this guy. Even certain heroes are afraid of this guy. Now, I was tempted to say he could qualify for Rage, but I don't know if that's what really drives him. He definitely carries anger and resentment towards Reed Richards, but I think it's more his ego kind of keeps that in check, or it's more his ego than it is rage, I suppose. But I could see an argument for Red, certainly. I mean, I'll leave that one up to, decisions. He's not a Hope Lantern, obviously. I think that's a pretty safe bet. He's not a Lantern of Hope. He neither inspires nor carries a lot of hope with him. He just carries confidence. It's not necessarily the same thing. And then there's Compassion, which you could make an argument he could qualify for, but he does have some levels of compassion. He's not a true monster. He's just a tyrant. a ruler and a conqueror, but he does have humanity in him. It's just not a lot of it. Which leads us to our last one, Orange. Now, Doom has a goal, 100%. But because that goal because he never succeeds in that goal, it's kind of one of those things where he's trying to achieve an unreachable dream. And because of that, he's never satisfied with whatever result he gets. So I'd actually say Avarice is a very strong candidate, to be honest. So that leaves us now with the final question. What is it? Is it Orange Avarice, Yellow Fear, or Green Will? And honestly, all three of these are pretty good candidates. I will take Fear. Whoa, 1 second. Yeah. I will knock Fear into the runner-up place, or the third place. Just because even though he is feared, certainly, he goes up against so many people in the hero community that they are probably not that... They're probably not that afraid of him, and that probably lessens his ability to instill fear. So that leaves us with Will and Avarice. And this is one of those ones that's tricky. He has the willpower to be Green Lantern. But to be fair, does he have the mentality? Does he have... does he have, the true ability to overcome great fear? Because he really wasn't that afraid of anything to begin with until he lost his mother. Whereas Avarice just needed insatiable greed. And the thing about that is he is working towards a goal. We just don't know what will happen when he gets the goal. But between these two, there is evidence to suggest one over the other. And it's Avarice. And that's because we've seen God King Doom. When he basically created Battle World, which was basically just a combination of different Marvel universes. And he was just keeping things in check. But he basically gained the power of the Beyonder at that point, and still wasn't satisfied. He had to control everything. So, on that note, between Will and Avarice, I'm going to actually go Avarice. I think Dr. Doom is a solid option to be an Orange Lantern. And he's someone strong enough, by the way, even on his own with all his abilities, tech, and everything else, to possibly be able to actually beat Larfleeze in a fight to take that thing. So, yeah, I actually will go Avarice. I think he's an Orange Lantern. But that is just my opinion. Who do you think? Or what do you think, I should say? Who out there thinks that he is an Avarice Lantern? Or what do you think his Lantern Corps would be if not Avarice? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you folks for the next one. Have a good one.